Hey, what's up, friends? Just setting up my little live stream here. I just shot, let me just set this up. I just shot a channeled update for you guys for this week. And it kind of led me to just spin off a little video here while it's like on my mind. I want to tell you guys a little bit about what and how I channel and where that all comes from. So if you're new, hello, namaste, satnam. My name is Emelina Calder. Welcome to IamWoke, which I have some history behind why I named it that, which maybe I'll go off on a rant or a little tangent. That's really fun later. But anyway, so if you're new to my world, I post spiritual development and public development videos, and I do a lot of cosmic channeling. I am a psychic medium and a channeler. You know, some people, mediumship includes a lot of different things like channeling other entities or people or like dead people, right? Everybody thinks mediums are just doing dead people. Can I do that? Yes. Do I? Not really. I mostly stick to like cosmic entities. But I'll go into a little bit of that as well. If you are new here and haven't subscribed, please, I encourage you to do so. Tap that subscribe button below, hit the bell for notifications. Remember to like this video. Gotta get all the terms out ahead of time. And if you haven't heard yet, I have a really incredible meditation that I think you're gonna love, that if you go to the description link below after, I will leave a link down there. It is iamemelina.com/meditation. It is channeled from the sacred royal dragon families, and they're the original creators in the multiverse, like the original source consciousness. The dragon families hold those codes, and they gifted me with the rainbow sacred flame that lives in your solar plexus. That is the original, actually we could even say the original 12 strand DNA awakening for the human. A lot of our humanity, in our incarnations, we lost our really like extraordinary ability to go back to the original source consciousness. So anyway, this technology, the sacred rainbow flame, is the humanity's ability to hold the sacred flame, the original sacred flame, the original creation matrix. So you can get a hold of that meditation that I channeled for you guys. And okay, so let me jump right in. So I just wrapped up channeling a video for you guys. And I kind of just, this is almost like a pseudo like Q&A. I just want to fill you guys in. I've wanted to for a while on how and what I channel and why, because for me, it's changed a lot through the years. And I know a lot of people have like varying opinions or understandings about psychics, about mediums, about channelers, and about shamans. And let me actually cover all of it. The shamanic aspect is my ability to heal. So it's my ability to tap into and understand both lower level and higher level dynamic range of frequency, and be able to sort through it and alchemize it through my own energy and then spit it out as medicine, essentially. And that medicine is energetic medicine, because I'm not working with plant medicine. Although I could, I don't need to. I work more at the galactic, energetic, cosmic level through my channel, as opposed to the more like physical level, which I can as well. Mediums are people that can channel energies that are outside of the body. You know, it's pretty simple. It's like pretty much anything. You could channel ETs, you could channel EDs, which are extra dimensionals. You can channel collectives, you can channel other humans that crossed over to the other side, which is what everyone knows mediums for. You can channel source consciousness, you can channel starseed entities. You can channel parallel versions of yourself, you can channel future versions of yourself. You can channel just about anything and everything. And then when we skip over to the psychics are just, it's such a wide array of like a label. And with any of these, it's really like, you know, the one doesn't fit the all, if this makes sense. So like, let's say psychics, like we could compare them to like the category of doctors. So doctors have a lot of different specialties, right? Like there's radiologists, there's general medicine, there's gynecologists, there's everything. And with psychics, what happens that I find is so many people just kind of dump us into a category and think we're all like very witchy and sitting over like crystal balls, like, I don't know, doing weird shit. Yes. And does that happen? Yes. Do I do that? Absolutely not. And just take a step back, my skills, I've been psychic since I was a kid. And for those of you that don't know, psychic abilities are like a paranormal thing that kicks on in the DNA. Hi, Zeke! Thanks for jumping on. I don't think I can see these comments after, so I'm going to try to grab them while I'm watching the live. Where was I? Okay, so I gotta think back now. I get distracted. You guys, I have ADHD, so like, I'm like, shiny object. Oh, she's gone. Okay, what was that? I was on my psychic abilities. I've been psychic since I was a kid. So if you don't know, the psychic abilities are like, it's like a pressure that's needed when you're a child. If you turn on psychic abilities, most of us that have them, not everyone, some are given them in more light, benevolent ways. But the psychic abilities are like turned on at the genetic DNA level when there's significant trauma or pressure where the little baby human will not survive without the extra dimensional abilities, without the paranormal abilities. So I grew up in a very tumultuous situation, and I was given psychic skills to weave my way through and stay alive. And I knew I had them when I was younger. It does run in my family on my mother's side. So it's a female generational line of psychics that just like nobody tapped into or learned about or really honed and developed. So they're all just kind of sitting on like dormant psychic abilities. I think I was the only one to really like hone it, fine tune it, and work with it. But when I was a kid, my grandfather came to me after he died, and I was like, absolutely not, go away. I want nothing to do with you. I was like, I don't want to talk to ghosts. I am not into this. So anyway, I didn't start really honing into it until I started working in the Akashic Records, which for me is a very, very safe container. And I always recommend as a safe container for channeling or for doing any level of psychic work, because it is like stepping into, I would liken it to a martial arts gym. So going into the Akashic Records is going into training ground. You have sparring partners, you have teachers, you have masters, you have people that are training you at specific belt levels. So I don't know what level of black belt I am, but I got a lot of black belts in Akashic Records work. But it's essentially like they give you mentors, you've got chaperones so you don't hurt yourself and others. So I see the Akashic Records. I mean, a lot of people see the Akashic Records differently. For me, the way that I have used and trained within the Akashic Records has been like a martial arts training ground for my psychic abilities and to maneuver my own life. Anyway, so that's how I use it. So what else do I want to talk about right now? I wanted to go into kind of the differences between psychics and channeling, and I kind of mix all of them together. And then I was going to tell you guys about what I was channeling, because it changes every year or so for me. So for a while, I was just channeling the Akashic Records. And for those of you that are OG, like the first couple channels I did on this channel were the guardians and lords of the Akashic Records in humanity's collective Akashic Records. So I went into humanity's collective records and channeled the guardians of humanity's collective there. And that was cool for a while. And then I elevated because I wanted to have some more fun. I was already connecting to an Arcturian collective that had approached me and brought me onto their ship astrally. And I had done that in a meditation, and they introduced me to everyone on the ship. It was small. There were probably like 12 or 15 beings on there, and they guided me for I think a couple of years in doing a lot of my like shamanic work on the grids. I work a lot in the light grids, specifically in Los Angeles. I was placed in Los Angeles, I think, specifically to do this work here, because I don't know that there's that many of us here, but I'm growing in numbers for sure. Okay, and then what happened there? And then I stepped into channeling more starseed light collectives because they're just so fun. Like, for any of you that have heard of like the Pleiades, like the Pleiadians, or watched any Pleiadian channels, they are so fun. The Pleiadians are like so bubbly and comical, and like when I would channel the Pleiadians, they would take over my body, and I am a conscious channel, so I'm always conscious. I've asked since I've started this work, I don't want to be booted out of my body. I don't like that. So my consciousness kind of sits back, and then the entity comes in and we kind of work together. But the Pleiadians would like take over my body and do ridiculous things just because they thought it was funny. They'd be like waving my hands around and shit. It was like insane. Anyway, yeah, so Pleiadian, I also used to channel more Syrian light collectives, and they are very serious as well, which is like such an interesting shift from like the Pleiadians being super bubbly and then channeling Syrians, which are like very stoic. Like they are no bullshit. They do not crack jokes. And then the Arcturians are like something in between. They're like your intellectual cousins. And I really love them. I really love them. And I used to work with a lot of those different light collectives, blends of the light collectives. So like I was channeling a lot the Syrians, the Pleiades, and the Arcturians. There was like a collective, all three, that were assembled for me specifically for my channels. And if you scroll back into my YouTube history, I was channeling like that for at least a year. Anyway, so this last year, I have been going back and forth between channeling specifically the Divine Mother, the Divine Father, and the Law of One. And then I've always got my Akashic records, but they've like moved my records around and stuff, so they're not as prominent for me anymore. But generally speaking, this last 12 months, maybe more, 2 years, I've been channeling the Divine Mother every single day, and she's been very cultivated with me. So I know her voice, I know what she feels like, and she uses my voice to come out. And then a lot of times she'll come in with a lot more authority and speak in a much more demanding way through me. But when she can, she'll use my personality. And then sometimes she just overrides it and goes intense like a mama bear would do. Divine Father, I haven't as openly channeled because Divine Mother prefers to come through me, but he is very sweet. He is in charge of the matrix of creation, like the actual mathematics of how the matrix works. God love, just gotta love Divine Father. He's like amazing and incredible as well. And then over the last 6 months or so, the Law of One started coming through to me, which is all of the karmic laws. Like you could think of the law of cause and effect, and the law of transmutation, and the law of reciprocity. All the laws are separate. And then when they all come together and they work together as like one unit, that is the Law of One. So the Law of One is all of the cosmic laws combined as one entity, which is total, complete God consciousness. So they are much more stoic. They will occasionally crack jokes with me because I am a little court jester with my channeling. So I appreciate that from them, but they're much more stoic. It's very cut and dry. They're very diplomatic, non-offensive. Like they say to me all the time, we don't mean to be mean, Emelina, but, and then they'll call me out. And I'm like, oh, that's not mean. You could have just said that. And they were like, we don't know how you're going to act. So anyway, I just wanted to like do a quick live and just share, because there are so many different entity types that I channel, and because it's shifting so frequently, I'm kind of just like keeping you guys posted so you know what I'm channeling when. So generally speaking, it's the Law of One. The video that I am uploading this week is a Divine Mother channel. But sometimes they switch these things up on me last minute. So they told me it was gonna be my avatar soul self. And I went to channel my avatar soul self, and then she opened the floor for Divine Mother, and Divine Mother took over. So I mean, then that happens. So that'll be really fun. You guys are the chosen ones. That's what she said very clearly. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about that channel. What else do I want to say? What else is fun? Channeling wise, there's so many things you can channel or tap into. It's really tapping into energy frequencies. So using the same skill sets like the channeling, I can talk to trees. I've seen fairies, which are always in nature, definitely in forests. When I was in San Francisco, I lived in San Francisco for 6 months. The trees like breathe and talk, and they're so chatty up there. Nature is very chatty. Like, I don't know, I used to see hawks and barn owls and stuff all the time, and they would talk to me very clearly. Like, the telepathy was just like, and I was like, oh, this bird's talking to me, okay. Anyways, that stuff happens all the time. Some of you guys will think that this is crazy. A lot of you guys probably won't. It's all just consciousness. It's just tapping into the things, the consciousness around you that's awake and alive, and they're all communicating at certain levels of frequency. And as a medium, essentially I'm tuning like the radio dials for those frequencies, and it's really easy for me to tap into like what's going on, especially in nature, and get a very clear message from source through like nature spirits and nature guides. I think I'm gonna pop off here and leave soon, but I'm gonna show you guys these two crystals that were holding me together through this last channel that I just did. So a good solid black tourmaline. I need this to ground because I run my current really high. I'm very energetic. I'm very much like a live wire, so I very consciously have to ground my energy. And then this is one of my channeling crystals. She's a beaut. She's a beauty. And she helps me access like much higher states of awareness. So essentially it channels through, and I ground through the tourmaline, the tourmaline. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think that's all I got. Zeke, I'm so happy you're here. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you for popping in and for sending me some comments. For all of you guys that see this afterwards, thank you. Feel free to leave some comments below. Let me know what you think on any of my little rant here on psychic mediumship and channeling. And if there's anything you want to know, ask me questions. I would love to do like Q&As and things. I don't know exactly what people want to know, but I'm happy to share. I'm pretty much an open book. So yeah, if you love this video, go ahead and like it, tap the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. And what else? I think that's it. That's all I got. Have a beautiful day, evening, whenever you're watching this. It is timeless. Enjoy. And I'm so happy you're here with me on my channel. Okay, bye you guys.